Welcome to Bullets, Pickler Wealth Advisors' monthly market update, where each month I'll break down the major economic and political activities happening in our world. No frills, no jargon, just the facts. Where liberty dwells, there is my country. Happy New Year and welcome to the first Bullets of 2026. As we step into a new year, we're also stepping into something bigger. America 250, the celebration of America's 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. It's a time to reflect on the people and principles that shape this nation, and we'll be doing that each month in Bullets throughout the year. I believe there's no better place to begin than with a man who helped define what America would become, Benjamin Franklin. Franklin wasn't just a founding father. He was a printer, an inventor, a philosopher, and one of the greatest diplomats in American history. He helped secure vital French support during the Revolution and shaped some of America's earliest institutions and left behind ideas that still define our culture today: personal responsibility, civic duty, and unwavering belief in freedom. As we begin 2026, Franklin's words remind us that America's always been rooted in something more than geography. It's been rooted in the enduring pursuit of liberty. Now, looking back to the month of December and 2025, we saw the Dow and S&P 500 reaching record highs. It was clearly the 8th consecutive months of gains. The Nasdaq was quite volatile, but ended the year strongly. We saw AI and tech stocks experiencing significant volatility. We also saw a Federal Reserve that cut interest rates for the third consecutive meeting, bringing interest rates down to 3.75 to 4%. Fed Chair Jay Powell indicated a more cautious, data-dependent approach to future cuts. We also saw precious metals continuing to surge. Silver advanced over 145%, with gold increasing by over 56% for the year. We also saw oil prices plummeting due to supply surpluses, all the way down to around $57.61 per barrel. December also brought back the return of the data Jedi. Yes, we finally started seeing some of the data coming back after the government shutdown. Some of these reports showing that inflation continued to moderate down to 2.7%, beating expectations. Fourth quarter GDP was expected to be much slower than the unusually strong Q3, and clearly no recession in the forecast. We also took a look at currencies and crypto. The US dollar had the steepest decline in 2025 since 2017. The euro and the pound strengthened versus the dollar. Bitcoin was quite volatile, falling from an October high of $125,000 down to $88 per coin at year end. Now, moving forward to the month of January, we're generally pretty optimistic about the year. Wall Street forecasts market gains of anywhere between 11 and 16% for the S&P 500. This is much driven by AI spending and more Fed rate cuts and a broadening market. Economic growth is expected to accelerate, with GDP growing at around 2.5% or more due to that AI investment and the fiscal stimulus caused by the tax cuts. The housing market will also see a reset with lower mortgage rates propelling more activity. Inflation will continue to moderate, but will probably stay above that Fed target of 2%. We're projecting inflation to be somewhere between 2.6 and 3% for the year, primarily influenced by persistent tariffs. And yes, the Federal Reserve. We'll continue to see rate cuts, probably nothing in January, but look for 2 to 3 rate cuts in 2026. And yes, jobs, jobs, jobs. The labor market is expected to bounce back after a tough 2025, with unemployment numbers dropping to 4.2%. Now, with all this positive, there are some risks. We are looking at high market valuations. We're definitely looking at some geopolitical and political issues on the horizon, such as the midterm elections in November. And yes, the January effect. If we have a strong January, it normally precedes a strong year for the market. Ladies and gentlemen, at Pickler Wealth Advisors, remember, it's our family delivering solutions for your family. This is our passion. This is our purpose, Together we plan. Until next time, I'm David Pickler, and these are the Market Bullets.